Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025. Commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. So before we start today's commemorations and celebrations, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations and celebrations. Today is commemorated as National Consumer Rights Day. Rights of all consumers are celebrated and promoted across India annually on National Consumer Rights Day. And on December 24, consumers hold the most power in buying and selling of the goods, and where the West has properly established consumer rights, India is still striving to highlight its national consumer movement and stand in solidarity with it. With e-commerce gaining more and more popularity, it is important for consumers to be aware of and exercise their rights as well as responsibilities. In India, the rights of consumers were taken seriously when the Consumers Protection Act of 1986 was enacted. The aim of this bill was to safeguard the consumer against exploitation, like the selling of defective goods, unfair trade, fraudulence, and deficiency in services. Over the years, India's economy has undergone a transformation, significantly altering how many Indians shop and travel. This was a result of the rising market competition, innovations, and increasing presence of e-commerce services, which expanded the options available to consumers. So the tried and trusted habits of the consumer have been disrupted, which created a need for Consumer Protection Act to be revised and revamped, taking this dynamic and advanced marketplace into perspective. India's parliament passed the updated Consumer Protection Bill on August 6, 2019. So the bill, commonly known as CPA 2019, received approval from the President of India on August 9, 2019. Thereafter, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution declared July 20, 2020 for the CPA 2019 to come into effect. The Consumer Protection Acts of both 1986 and 2019 are complemented by the Right to Information Act, which made the governance process of India transparent to the citizens and included vast implications for their consumer rights. So these include the right to safety, the right to information, the right to choose, and the right to consumer education. Themes were also observed every year on this day. The latest theme was alternate customer grievance, dispute redressal, The idea of a consumer's rights day is also observed on a global level. Inspired by President John F. Kennedy, general guidelines were set out by the United Nations for consumer protection. In 1983, March 15th was marked as annual celebration of the World Consumer Rights Day. Birth of the consumer movement in India was started in 1960s. Food hoarding and shortage and black marketing of food births the consumer movement in India. So with growing inflation, poor technology, infrastructure, and inflation leads to restlessness among consumers in 1970s. And the government of India takes a major step with the enactment of the Consumer Protection Act in 1986. Keeping up with the times, the Consumer Protection Act of 1986 is revised in 2019. So the theme changes every year, and the theme for the World Consumer Rights Day for 2020 was the sustainable consumer. The campaign discussed the concept of sustainable consumption worldwide and how this can be accelerated by rights and protection. So the World Consumer Rights Day, which is commemorated on March 15th every year, is another similar commemoration which is related to National Consumers Rights Day. So this year, a just transition to sustainable lifestyles is a theme for National Consumer Day. And the theme for 2025 is efficient and speedy disposal through digital justice. The consumer redressal portal, eJagriti, has improved case resolution with over 1.35 lakh case filings, more than 1.31 lakh case disposals, and over 2.81 lakh users. So 10 states and National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission, NCDRC, recorded over 100% disposal. The National Consumer Helpline now reaches over 12 lakh complaints annually with support from 1,169 partners. So India has over 22,300 active standards with 94% of them globally harmonized. So National Consumers Day is observed in India on 24 December each year to highlight the significance of consumer rights and the broader framework of consumer protection. It was on this day the Consumer Protection Act 1986 received the President's assent establishing a comprehensive set of rights for consumers. These include the right to be protected, the right to be informed, the right to be assured, the right to be heard, the right to seek a redressal, and the right to consumer awareness. The observance aims to raise awareness and promote responsible practices among consumers and other stakeholders. In 2025, National Consumer Day is guided by the theme Effective and Speedy Disposal through Digital Justice, reflecting India's continued focus on technology enabled, accessible, and timely consumer grievance redressal. So today's official program highlights a series of launches, recognition, and announcements aimed at strengthening consumer protection awareness and institutional capacity. The program will highlight progress in digital grievance redressal, quality assurance, legal metrology, and consumer awareness, while fostering collaboration among key institutions. The Consumer, the Consumer Protection Act 2019 represents a significant reform in safeguarding of consumer interests in India, enacted on 20th July 2020. It supersedes the Consumer Protection Act of 1986 and introduces a more contemporary framework for dispute resolution and marketplace accountability. The Act seeks to safeguard consumer welfare and promote fairness in commercial transactions by facilitating informed decision making, ensuring uniform and equitable outcomes, and enabling prompt and effective grievance redressal. The law guarantees several key rights, including the right to be informed about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, and standard of goods or services. Therefore, safeguarding consumers against unfair trade practices. To operationalize its objectives, the Act establishes a three-tier educatory structure for consumer dispute resolution. So, District Consumer Disputes Redressal Forum, District Forum, the first tier located at the district court adjudicates complaints involving claims up to 50 lakhs. State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission, State Commission, the second tier state level body, deals with complaints exceeding rupees 50 lakh and up to 2 crore. National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission, National Commission, the apex tier operating at the national level, addresses complaints involving complaints about 2 crores. In July 2025, 10 states, along with the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission, NCDRC, recorded a disposal rate of more than 100%. So this includes that the volume of cases resolved during the month surpassed the number of newly filed cases, demonstrating enhanced efficiency and a reinforced committed to delivering timely consumer justice. So the district forum and state commission are constituted by individual state governments with the approval of the central government, whereas the national commission is established directly by the central government. These educatory bodies do not separate the jurisdiction of civil courts. Instead, they provide an alternative mechanism for resolving consumer grievances. So coming to the role and functions of the Central Consumer Protection Authority, CCPA, it was established on 24 July 2020 under the Consumer Protection Act 2019, serves as a regulatory body mandated to safeguard the interest of consumers as a collective. Its functions encompass protecting, promoting, and enforcing the rights of consumers, preventing the occurrence of unfair trade practices, ensuring goods and services are not sold in violation of the Act, monitoring and regulating advertisements to prevent false or misleading claims, initiating actions against manufacturers, endorsers, and publishers involved in disseminating misleading advertisements. The CCPA is empowered to mandate the recall of unsafe goods and services, discontinue unfair trade practices, levy penalties, and initiate prosecution when required. Catalyzing consumer protection initiatives, the Consumer Welfare Fund aims to support initiatives that protect consumer interests and strengthens the consumer movement across the nation. Financial assistance is extended to the state and union territories for the establishment of Consumer Welfare Corpus Fund with a contribution structured on a 75:25 ratio and on a 90:10 ratio for special category states and designated union territories. Program activities are funded through the interest accrued on this corpus. So during the financial year 2024-25, as on 31/12/2024, an amount of rupees 38.68 crore has been released to the states and union territories. Building a responsible and reliable consumer redressal framework, a responsive and reliable consumer redressal system is crucial for providing individuals with timely and equitable solutions to grievances arising from the purchase of goods or services. Strengthening this system not only builds trust in the marketplace but also empowers consumers by ensuring that their concerns are recognized, addressed, and resolved in an effective manner. E-Jagriti, Revolutionizing Consumer Justice in 2025, launched on 1st January 2025, has rapidly emerged as a significant digital platform for consumer grievances redressal in India. It integrates earlier systems including OCMS, eDakil, NCDRC, CMS, and Confonet into a single streamlined interface, thereby enhancing accessibility and simplifying procedures now operational across the NCDRC and all states and union territories. The platform enables users to file complaints, make payments, participate in virtual hearings, and monitor case progress. Its multilingual support, chatbot assistance, voice-to-text features, and secure digital access ensure usability for all consumers, including senior citizens and persons with disabilities. So, key benefits of eJagriti platform: global accessibility. The platform allows both non-resident Indians and domestic users to file and manage cases remotely, supported by secure end-to-end encryption and role-based secure access. Efficiency and speed. Automated workflows, real-time SMS and email notifications, and virtual hearings have significantly improved the overall efficiency of the system. Notably, 10 states and the NCDRC have recently recorded disposal rates exceeding 100%. So, inclusivity. The platform offers multilingual interfaces and accessibility features, making it user-friendly for people from diverse linguistic and socioeconomic backgrounds. Secure transaction integrates with Bharat Kosh and SaiGo payment gateways ensures that fee payment process are efficient, secure, and user-friendly. As of mid-November 2025, the platform has facilitated the filing of over 1.35 lakh case filings and enabled the disposal of over 1.31 lakh cases, supported by a user base of over 2.81 lakh registered individuals, including 1,400 non-resident Indians, NRIs. A total of 466 complaints were filed by the non-resident Indians, NRIs, from countries including United States, 146, the United Kingdom, 52, and the UAE, 47, and Canada, 39, Australia, 26, and Germany, 18. In 2025, eJagriti demonstrated a marked enhancement in case disposal efficiency between July and August. 27,545 cases were resolved, compared with 27,080 newly filed. During September and October, 25,504 cases were disposed of against 21,592 newly filed. Both intervals show performance levels surpassing those of 2024, reflecting faster clearance of pending cases and more effective grievance redressal. Additionally, the platform has issued over 2 lakh SMS alerts and more than 12 lakh email notifications, ensuring real-time communication and timely complaints. National Consumer Helpline 2.0. The Department of Consumer Affairs has upgraded the National Consumer Helpline (NCH) with the introduction of AI-enabled NCH 2.0, offering multilingual assistant, chatbot-supported interaction, and expedited grievance resolution. The portal enables consumers to register complaint online, seek pre-litigation remedies, and access information regarding their rights. The National Commission Helpline has substantially expanded its outreach and operational efficiency by integrating advanced technological solutions. The number of calls received by NCH has grown nearly tenfold from 12,553 calls in December 2015 to 1,55,138 calls in December 2024. So the exponential growth reflects the rising confidence of consumers in the helpline. Similarly, the average number of complaints registered per month has surged from 37,062 in 2017 to 1,11,951 in 2024. It now resolves over 12 lakh complaints annually, with many being addressed within 21 days, supported by 1,169 companies onboarded as partners and AI-based systems that ensure faster grievance resolutions. Digital channels account for nearly 65% of grievance registrations, with a notable increase on WhatsApp-based submission, rising from 3% in March 2023 to 20% in March 2025. The National Consumer Helpline (NCH) has successfully facilitated a refund of rupees 27.61 crores to consumers between 25th April 2025 and 31st October 2025. So the significant redressal was achieved across 30 sectors, effectively addressing 49,333 consumer grievances related to refund claims. So the National Consumer Helpline is available in 17 languages and enables consumers to submit their grievance through the integrated grievance redressal mechanism via multiple channels, including WhatsApp, SMS, email, the NCH app, the web portal, and the Umang app. The department encourages consumers to utilize the toll-free number 1915 or the online portal to ensure that their concerns regarding goods or services are addressed properly and effectively. Jago Grahak Jago portal and mobile app, the Department of Consumer Affairs has implemented advanced digital tools to safeguard consumers from deceptive online practices. Developed as part of a real-time intelligence cyber physical system on the Airavat AI supercomputer, these tools analyze platform text and design to identify potential dark patterns. The Jago Grahak Jago app offers a verified e-commerce information and alerts users to potentially unsafe websites, while the Jagruti app enables consumers to report suspicious URLs directly to the Central Consumer Protection Authority. The Jagruti dashboard further supports monitoring by providing real-time assessments of platforms. Collectively, these tools enhance oversight, facilitate swift connective action, and reinforce the protection of consumer rights. Dark patterns are design tactics used to mislead or pressure consumers into choices they were not intended to make. The CCPA has addressed this issue by issuing guidelines that curb practice, such as drip pricing, disguised advertisements, and false urgency, ensuring greater fairness and transparency in the digital marketplace. Bureau of Indian Standards (BIS) serves as India's national standard body under the BIS Act 2016. It plays a central role in the formation of standard product certification and quality assurance. Through its activities in standard development, certification, and testing, BIS contributes to the availability of safe and reliable products, mitigates health risks for consumers, support export competitiveness, and import substitutions, and prevent unnecessary variations in the product specifications across the market. Over 22,300 Indian standards are in force, with 94% aligned with international norms established by the International Organization for Standardization (ISO) and International Electrotechnical Commission (IEC). Since 2014, the scope of mandatory certification has expanded significantly from 106 products governed by 14 quality control orders QCOs to 773 goods now regulated through 199 QCOs plus 2 horizontal QCOs. So for hallmarking of gold and silver jewelry, BIS Care app enables consumers to easily verify hallmark jewelry by simply entering the HUID number to check the purity, product type, and the details of jeweler and hallmarking center. Available free on both Android and iOS in 12 languages, it also allows users to verify ISI marks, check license numbers, and register complaints about suspected or non-complaint products. The app serves as a valuable tool for informed purchasing and supports BA's efforts to ensure availability of safe product and fair trade practices for consumers nationwide. National Test House functions under the administrative control of Department of Consumer Affairs in the Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Food and Public Distribution is one of India's leading scientific institutions. Established in 1912 under the Railway Board, it has grown onto a trusted laboratory for testing, collaboration, evaluation, and quality control of a wide range of engineering materials and finished products. NTH uses test certificates that comply with national and international standards as well as a customer-specific requirements. Ensuring reliability and quality in assessment, the institution plays an important role across industry, trade, and standardization, supporting the growth of indigenous manufacturing and acting as a vital link between industrial research and production. The National Test House is modernizing its operations through the adoption of digital solution. The Laboratory Data Automation System, IDAS, is being introduced to reduce manual errors, shorten turnaround times, and expedite the completion of quality tests. So, thereby enhancing overall capacity and efficiency. Additionally, a new mobile application will enable both industry and consumers to access laboratory services more easily, streamlining engagement and improving service delivery. The recent performance of NTH reflects in the strong growth, with sample testing increasing by 60.36% to 49.926 samples in 2024-25, and revenue rating by 49.89% to rupees 44.45 crores compared to 29.66 crore in the previous year, with the targeted revenue for financial year 2025 to 26 being rupees 80 crore. The legal metrology rules recent amendment 2025 in October The Department of Consumer Affairs notified the legal metrology packaged commodities amendment rules 2025 specified the medical device packages will now adhere to the labeling requirements outlined in the Medical Devices Rules 2017. In 2025, the Legal Metrology Government Approved Test Center Amendment Rules 2025 were notified, expanding the scope of approved test centers by recognizing regional reference laboratories and national test houses. To support compliance following GST linked to price revisions, the government has allowed manufacturers and packers to use the existing packaging until March 2026. Under the 2025 relaxations, they may update MRPs without redesigning packages, ensuring regulatory adherence while easing business operations. In November 2025, the department issued the draft legal metrology package commodities second amendment rules 2025, proposing to make it mandatory for commerce platforms selling imported packaged goods to offer a searchable and sortable filter by country of origin. In December 2025, a new amendment made it mandatory for all pan masala packages, regardless of their size, to display the retail sale price along with all the required declarations as of 1st February 2026. So overall, the amendment streamlined regulatory requirements, climate earlier ambiguous, and enhanced clarity across various sectors, including medical device labeling, measurement verification, and the packaging of goods by expanding the verification network, strengthening disclosure norms, and tightening pricing transparency. The reforms collectively enhance consistency, accountability, and consumer protection. Furthermore, they support a more reliable regulatory environment that empowers consumers to make informed choices and ensures fairer market practices. So, National Consumers Day 2025 highlights India's ongoing commitment to safeguarding consumer rights and promoting trust in the marketplace. The theme efficient and speedy disposal through digital justice is evident in the continued expansion of digital grievance redressal platforms such as eJagrati and the upgraded National Consumer Helpline, which have improved access, transparency, and disposal efficiency across the country. The wide range of program activities, including digital launches, institutional collaborations, awareness initiatives, and recognition of innovation underscores a coordinated approach to consumer empowerment. The reforms and initiatives highlighted, including the Consumer Protection Act 2019, the establishment of the Central Consumer Protection Authority, expansion of the Consumer Welfare Fund, and the advancement of accessible governance redressal systems, reflect a shift towards a responsive and technologically driven consumer justice system. Progress through BIS, National Test House, and the legal metrology framework has further strengthened quality assurance, standardization, and accuracy in trade collectively. These measures demonstrate steady progress towards a fair transport and consumer-centric ecosystem, reinforcing the core message that informed and empowered consumers, which are central to healthy and equitable economy. Today is also commemorated as Libya Independence Day on December 24 in Libya. Every year, In 1951, Libya gained independence from France and Britain after the UN General Assembly voted that Libya became independent nation on or before January 1st, 1952. Constitution was drawn up and the King Idris I declared the country independent. Previously, Libya was divided into Britain and France after Italy was ousted from country. Before Italy, however, Libya was under the rule of Ottoman Empire. The independence of Libya in 1951 launched in the country into the new era of its own politics and economy. Libya Independence Day is a national holiday. The schools and public offices are usually closed on this day to allow people to celebrate their independence from colonial rule. Nationwide celebrations are usually observed for the day along with parades and fireworks. So today is also commemorated as Last Minute Shoppers Day in US. It marks the last day last minute shoppers have to get their holiday shopping done for the season. All the most shoppers have time to get their shopping done before the holidays. Sometimes life happens and your shopping sprees may need to be extended much later than you'd like. If you have your entire shopping list left to tackle or you are looking to strike the final item off your list, last minute shoppers day is your chance. Last minute shopping has been a cultural phenomenon for ages now, and the internet is rife with listicles on how to survive last minute shopping for consumers and insightful articles on how to attract last minute shoppers for businesses. Today is also commemorated as Christmas Eve on December 24th and is probably one of the best nights of the year for Christians. Christmas has the power to reunite families and friends, warm up their hearts, and remind us that we have so many things to be thankful. So put on your cozy PJs, light up your fireplace, call your loved ones on top of your hot cocoa with some fluffy marshmallows. Christmas Eve is on December 20 and marks the culmination of the Advent period before Christmas that starts on the fourth Sunday before Christmas Eve. Many churches mark the end of Advent and with midnight church services. During modern times, it is popularly celebrated on the night before Christmas Day. It also became a day made for spending time with family and loved ones over dinner, decorating, gift wrapping, and Christmas themed movies. The holiday unites families and friends, allowing them to get together and enjoy special and traditional activities from Europe, North and Latin America. So, to Asia. So, with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in today's commemorations. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. We request everyone to quickly fill the feedback form before leaving the platform. See you all tomorrow with the same joining link with different commemorations and celebrations at the same time. Take care. Good night.